But still, the good thing is you won't be waking up on Christmas morning with Keir Starmer unless you play cards right. Have a look at him yesterday on investment with the UAE.
Last week I set out my plan for change, and at the heart of that is economic growth in the UK. And what I mean by that is growth that makes people across the United Kingdom feel better off, living standards going up right across the United Kingdom. For that to happen, we have to win contracts, we have to win investment from around the world, but particularly from the Gulf. And in the UAE and Saudi Arabia, we already have strong partnerships, strong investment. I'm here to take that to another level, to get that further investment into the United Kingdom so that that is then felt in the pockets of working people across the country. Living standards go up, people feel better off. So I'm really here to make the case that now is the time for further investment in the United Kingdom.
How's that going to make you richer or me richer? How's my pocket going to feel better as a working person?
Now, some of your audience this morning will have seen Plank of the Week last Friday.
Yes.
Still available online if
Indeed
people
it
want
is.
to catch up on
Very
it.
good one as well.
But that just cements my theory that I had and that I espoused on Plank about Starmer, and that is that when he was under the grip of Corbyn, you know, when he could always be seen photographed by his side.
When he was his friend.
He was on Corbyn's shadow front bench and all of that, and they went away and they stayed in hotels and travelled and all that, campaigned, blah, blah, blah. I think the Russians or the Chinese, or possibly both of them, snuck into Starmer's room and planted a chip in his head. And I'm absolutely convinced they are running him. They are actually controlling him from thousands of miles away.
We have prepared for government.
Yeah, because what he just said there is just a complete, utter load of tosh. Also, when he arrives off the plane with a couple of contracts, I'll stick my hand in my pocket and find a few more quid in there, will I?
Of course. Apparently it's going to be the big thing. But he's not the only one, though. Have a look at Rachel Reeves. This is her. She went to Brussels yesterday to talk about the European Union.
I came here today to begin the reset that the UK government want to see in terms of our relationship with the European Union. And today, in many ways, was a milestone moment because it is the first time that a UK Chancellor has addressed the Eurogroup since we left the European Union. And I was really pleased and overwhelmed, really, by the response that I had from finance ministers across the European Union.
Doesn't look overwhelmed, does she? Or indeed pleased.
I'm fundamentally underwhelmed listening to her.
Isn't she from near Bexley Heath?
Is she?
I think so, yeah. I think she's from around about that area, neck of the woods.
Do you want to hear my story about my hometown today?
Go on.
This is from the news
Beckenham,
shopper.
I think she's from.
Oh, Beckenham, is she?
It's not far away, is it?
No, it's not about 12 miles. Anyway, so I live in Bexley in south-east London, and they've done a survey in the local paper called the News Shopper, which I've read online this morning. And its survey that it conducted has discovered that Bexley is the 9th most depressing place in the country.
It's so depressing it's not even number one. It's nothing worse than that.
Exactly.
Being the 9th most depressing place to live. It's a bit like when I say on Plank of the Week, actually, this is so bad, I don't even want to make it Plank of the Week because it's not worth it.
So this would account for a lot of my attitude, wouldn't it? And a lot of my views and a lot of my posts on social media. The most depressing place, Slough, followed by Bradford, Barking and Dagenham, Dudley, Croydon, Walsall, Brent, Newham, Bexley, Birmingham.
I'd go along with all of that.
I'm in the top 10 depressing places. Should I move?
Yeah, but don't move to Slough, whatever you do.
No.
Keep going west, would be my advice. Marlborough's nice. Quite expensive, though. I've got a voice note for you from Desai, who disagrees with you about the prison guard. Have a listen.
Good morning. Great show as usual. Is Peter on something from that prison officer? He argues that because they are paid less, they can do all this illegal stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, but this man normally makes sense. Today, he's completely out of it. No matter how low you are paid, not meant to be doing illegal things, especially in jail. Thank you.
Thank you, Desai. I didn't hear you justifying what she did on the grounds.
I completely agree with Desai. I'm just saying, if you do pay people not a lot of money, then unfortunately some will have their heads turned. That's what I said.
Yes.
I wasn't condoning it.
No, that's what I didn't
low
hear
pay
that.
was an excuse in any way. But thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, absolutely right. One of my favourite stories of the day is a picture on the left-hand page, page 12 of the Daily Mail. It's the solar farm in Anglesey, North Wales, which apparently is the biggest solar farm in the UK, and it's all smashed to pieces because the storm Darragh. Not only are the solar panels all smashed up, but there's a couple of wind turbines that appear to have been dislodged from their tower and they're lying on the ground. So I presume if you were relying on energy coming from this place, you would be out of luck.
I mean, the damage to that solar farm is considerable.
It really is.
And I wonder how much energy will be used up in creating the replacement solar panels.
Yeah, and will they be driven on the back of a lorry to be put in? Because, you know...
And how's it going to feature as part of Ed Miliband's efforts to go net zero?
Well, it's not going to be good, is it? Absolutely not going to be good.
Perhaps these need to be protected from future extreme weather.
Maybe they can put them underground.
Then how's the sun going to shine on them?
It's not going to work, is it? But these are the kind of ideas that people come up with, and they go, "Look, I know what we're going to do. We're going to safeguard the solar farm, put it underground." That's the kind of idiots they are. Gary says this, Mike, did you hear the mighty Starmer making this to a reporter on TV last night? Let me make this clear. He must have said it about this ridiculous claim about 3 times. Absolutely right. Zoe in Lancashire says, morning, Mike. The thing is, if we stop migrants from Syria, they will come across still on the boat saying they are not from Syria, but from other countries. And all they have to do is throw all documentation away and nobody has a clue where they're from. These people are not stupid. Well, you know what's interesting? Piece of the Sun this morning as well, talking about, you know how we've done a deal with the Germans on page 2. Now, I don't know what this legal loophole is, but apparently amidst this agreement with us and Germany, where we're going to tighten laws to thwart the supply and storage of small boats, a legal loophole, it says, means authorities are unable to seize dangerous inflatable dinghies. Well, what's that all about? How is there a legal loophole? Why can't you just put a knife in it?
I mean, that is utterly ludicrous.
Yeah.
But, of course, what you've got to remember about this article in the Sun, that Germany has pledged to tighten laws.
Yeah.
Well, you can tighten laws all you like.
Right.
You've got to put it into practice.
Criminals tend to break laws, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Funny
so,
that.
So you pass whatever laws you like. If you haven't got boots on the ground enforcing it and stopping people from carrying out that criminality, then it is a complete waste of time. Like Starmer, we're going to smash the gangs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You got more chance of smashing potatoes.
Yeah.
Right? Because whilst they may have some successes, like the National Crime Agency has done, they're still arriving.
Yeah.
It's like saying you're going to end drug dealing.
Right.
You'll have some successes,
Yeah.
but of course it will continue. There's so much money in it.
Yeah.
It's lucrative. The incentive is there. Of course people are going to carry on.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. It's not the smashing the smuggling gangs, by the way, it's smashing the snaggling guns. That's what he said.
Of course.
James on Starmer, let's have a listen.
Morning, Mike. It's James from Blackburn. I promised myself I wasn't going to get myself mad about Starmer, but then, you know, you show another clip of him and off I go again. I mean, the man's a moron. Economic change, what I mean by that is living standards, people living with working people, more money. And the reason he has to say what he means by that every time he opens his mouth is because he's talking complete and utter rubbish. No one's feeling better off. No one's living standards are going up. The man is an idiot. Keep up the good work, Mike.
I can't argue with any of that, James, I'm afraid.